Yo, shalom. I'm Brother Word, and this is my channel, Torah Observant Patriarchs. I'm a patriarch, meaning I'm a man who will be the head of my house, who is the head of his house, and me and my house will fear Yah by observing his Torah, and even if I'm the only one in the house, that's how it's just going to be. Um, Today we're going to look at a video looking at how the heathens or the goyim, uh, those who are without his covenant, the Most High's covenant, how they may view the Father. A propaganda video, essentially. Um, it's a very askewed, very perverted, wicked way to look at the Father. Wicked in the sense of like a wicker basket, how it's all distorted. Um, the strands that actually put the basket together. Uh, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Now, I mean, there's a lot of propaganda out there. Some would love to say that the Most High put Adam and Eve in the garden and was trying to keep them in a state of slavery or withhold from them. Now, keep in mind, these are his creations that he gave life to. First of all, can you create something and then get life to it? Even Hasatan, or the enemy, or the devil, or the fallen angel formerly known as Lucifer, he can't do it. He can't create anything. That's why he takes what is already created and perverts it. That's all he can do. He can't create a third sex. But what he can do is pervert the two sexes that the Most High made to try to be something that they were not created to be. Non-binary, transgender, all these different things. All he can take is what the Most High created and pervert it, even the all-seeing eye. I mean, I should get a picture of the Ark of the Covenant. So let's get a picture of the Ark of the Covenant, right? I'll just do a quick search just to see if I can find something. Because really, the all-seeing eye is just a representation of the Ark of the Covenant. That's all it is. I can use either one of these. So let's look at this one. Okay, it's not letting me click on it. Okay, maybe it is. Open image and tab. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure how to zoom in on this yet. But if you look at that, now when the presence of Yah will come down, the presence of Yah will be like a flame of fire, right? And it'll be protected by the two covering cherubim, right? So if you can imagine like a flame of fire being protected by these two covering cherubim, and really that's so Yah don't mess around and kill you. It's not that Yah needs to be protected. It would look like an eye right there or something. You know what I mean? So I mean that's that's not the greatest example, but what I'm basically saying is that Yah is the creator of all things, and the devil can't create anything. So Have you ever created something and then given life to it? Because when you do that, then you have a foot in the race to even say anything about what Yah should and shouldn't do to his creation. But since none of us ever has and ever will create something and then give life to it, unless Yah sees fit to do that in his kingdom, somehow share that knowledge, not somehow, that's the wrong word, but determine that he wants to do that, that's in the kingdom. That's not here. Okay? Right now, we are all created beings. We all come from somewhere. Okay? So, the devil and those that serve the devil would love to tell you that, oh, he was withholding information from his creations, which is just erroneous from the start, because if it's his creation, he don't have to do anything with it. He can let his creation know exactly what he wants his creation to know. As a husband, only has to let his wife know what he wants his wife to know. Matter of fact, a good husband wouldn't tell his wife every little thing that's going on. Oh, babe, this going on over here, that's going on over there, this is going on over there. Because then you're going to stress her out. What can she do about it? Nothing but stress. That's on your shoulders to handle it. Now, she can tell you everything about what's going on with her. As a matter of fact, she should. Babe, this going on, that's going on, this going on. He can do something about it. If nothing else, he could pray, being the head of his household. As men who serve Yah, we should let Yah know everything that's going on. I can't go to nobody else about this, but I can go to you, Yah, about this, because you can do something about this. You see what I'm saying? So, with us being Yah's creation, it's on Yah what he wants to share with us and what he don't want to share with us. Who are you to be a creation and tell the creator what the creator's doing wrong? How insolent of you to think that way. So right there, you already see the spirit of this doctrine that information was being withheld. And then in this account, so Lucifer, being the light bearer, he brings the light and shows humanity what we were missing because we were in the dark. But the account really is that Yah only gave us good. He didn't give us evil. He gave us good. Now, Yah is the creator of good and evil. The angel, the fallen angel, formerly known as Lucifer, was created by Yah. Yah is the creator of good and evil. Yah knows good and evil. It wasn't for us to know evil. That's not what it's not, a husband doesn't want his wife to know evil. He only wants his wife to know good, right? But at the same time, Yah does not desire a gold digger for a wife. Yah does not desire robots. Yah desired beings that have self-autonomy, that can make decisions for themselves. And the way you decide if somebody is for you versus being against you is you test them. You prove them. I mean, I know wisdom is too high for a fool. And I'm not saying I'm not a fool in some aspects. I'm working on myself. What I am saying, though, is that this shouldn't be that difficult to comprehend, that in order to figure out if somebody is actually for you, you would need to prove them, right? So, I mean, he gives them every tree in the garden except for one. Don't eat of that tree or you will surely die. Simple, right? But in their account, in the Satanist or Luciferianism or Wiccan or whatever it is, it's all the same thing. Even being a Mason, uh, it's all the same thing. There's this fallen angel who, so you got this fallen angel who is rebellious against the Creator. He's the one that brings you light. So he's the good entity, and the Creator who only gave you good is the bad entity. Woe to them who call good evil and evil good. Woe to them. So anyway, it wasn't that Yah was keeping anything from us. He was keeping evil from us. And you know what? I wish evil was not in my life right now. Life would be a lot better if there was no evil and there was only good. Can anybody say anything against that? So when people sit here saying, coming up with these arguments, well, if God is real, then why does he let this happen? And why does he let that happen? Do you not understand that evil is on the earth right now? And who are you, or who is anybody to question why Yah is allowing anything to happen? But I tell you this, I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken. So just because you black, that don't make you righteous. The righteous are the ones who keep his laws, his statutes, and his commandments. And I ain't never seen the righteous forsaken. That's something that you need to acquaint your mind with and observe and participate in. And how do you be righteous? By keeping his laws, his statutes, his commandments. Because whatever you call righteous, it ain't worth the rag of a bloody woman. All right? I'm just telling you the truth. You can believe it or not. So anyway, but these Satanists, these people who desire to set themselves up against the Most High Yah. It's a fly over here. I rebuke you, devil, in the name of Jesus. They're gonna rationalize away their beliefs anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and check out this propaganda. Let's get into it because I don't want to make this video too long. So hopefully everything works well. We'll get to it.
Creation of the world, God sits in his well-furnished office with a book in his hands. In front of him stands a large table, symbolizing the earth. Trees grow on the earth, elephants walk, and primitive people live there.
Well, that might be one thing they get right there. At least my belief. Now, this is not a belief of whether you're going to get salvation or not, but I do believe that the earth is much like a table, except a round table. So get from that what you will. I'm not here to have a hot take, but it is what it is.
God rests his feet carelessly on the table and reads his book.
That's what the book say. Say the earth is his footstool.
A servile butler named Jeffrey asks God if he likes the book. God replies that it only slightly satisfies his taste. However, God is pleased that the book contains a recipe for a black hole. The Creator turns the page and, out of the corner of his eye, notices that the people of the earth have become lively. A primitive man had been rubbing a stick against a rock for hours. God finds what is happening amusing and is moved by the people's actions. Suddenly God notices that the man has managed to light a fire.
Also, the Most High is not described as a white man. That's false. But as I've said in previous videos, If we want to see accurate descriptions of what the patriarchs look like, of what the people of the book really look like, then we have to do it ourselves. We really shouldn't be making images of the Father or the Messiah or of anything that is in heaven. But it is what it is. Again, this is heathens and how they view the Most High.
The creator does not like this kind of independence at all. Furious, he wonders what epoch it is on Earth. The butler tells him that they should still be 200,000 years away from getting fire according to plan. Out of rage, God orders Jeffrey to put out the fire. The butler carries out the errand without delay and blows toward the crowd. The people on the ground perceive this blowing as a powerful gust of wind, which immediately puts out the fire.
Now, his servants could be, well, his servants are the messengers, or what Western civilization commonly refers to as angels. Now, there are the messengers of the Most High, and then there are the fallen angels, sometimes referred to as the Watchers. Sometimes I might call them the fallen messengers, but they are those who used to serve Yah, and they rebelled in a great rebellion led by an angel formerly known as Lucifer, who was created with all kind of musical instruments and all kind of like jewels like embedded inside of him. Very, very beautiful, very beautiful creation. Became too prideful. So this messenger, this angel, led a rebellion. Also, there was 200 so-called angels or messengers who found the beauty of women to be very tempting and came down and took wives and taught them all kind of things, makeup, taught men how to make weapons, stuff of that nature. And from those women, giants were created. And from those giants, after the flood, those souls were not created of Yah, so they don't have a place in Yah's kingdom, right? So I'm gonna leave that there. And a lot of this is coming from extra biblical sources, so I'm gonna put a alleged on that also, just to be safe about it. But the story of the giants and the angels who fell and had sex with women and basically corrupted the whole earth. Now that is in Torah, that these angels came and they corrupted the whole earth, meaning they allegedly had sex with everything. They had sex with all the insects, the animals, the birds, the fish. They corrupted the whole earth. And from them came giants and monsters, half men, half horse type beasts, just monsters who were like the giants' pets. And because of this, Yah decided to flood the earth. And in the last days, it's going to be just like the days of Noah. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. But so this servant he has, you could look at this servant as one of his messengers, or it might be the angel formerly known as Lucifer. Because the angel formerly known as Lucifer is still a servant. He still has to go before the throne. Everybody's going to go before the throne at some point. So that means everybody's going to the kingdom. Everybody's going to heaven. It's just everybody ain't staying. Because everybody must be judged. And every knee will bow. And every tongue will confess that Yahshua HaMashiach is the master. All right, let's get back to it.
They become frustrated and fall to their knees in helplessness. God calms down, picks up his book again, and mutters that the people are annoying him. He orders Jeffrey to drive them into the cave. Butler swipes his hand over the ground, affecting the elephant. The animals trumpet aggressively and run at the crowd of people. The frightened people hide in a cave.
Now, I can see why the heathen look at him like this, because to the heathen, this is who he is. For his people, he came down. For his people, he led them in the wilderness. For his people, he brought them out of Egypt with a mighty hand. He destroyed the gods of Egypt, the same gods that these people serve and worship today, Ramen and all these other false mighty ones. Mystery Babylon religion. Y'all destroyed them gods. He messed them up. He beat their ass. And he brought his people out of Egypt. Okay? He came down on the mountain. And when he come back, he's coming to save his people. And his people have only been one people. And that's the Israelites. And who are the Israelites? Those who keep his laws, his statutes, and his commandments, and have received his Holy Spirit. That's who his people are. For the nations, though, he sent Joshua and them into the land of Canaan, right? And he destroyed them people, right? So for these heathens, I can see why they would look at the Most High as someone who's just displeased with them and tired of them and annoyed by them, because he is. And he did drive them out of his land. Why are those heathens, those goyim, in his land right now? Because of his people's actions. And as the Most High, or Yahshua, proclaimed, even prophesied, that the goyim are going to be in that land until the time of the goyim is over. Jerusalem will be trodden down by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentile is over. And we're coming to that point. But anyway, we're going to go a couple more minutes. It's already been too long.
God notes that it would be good to shrink their brains. Soon people are out in the meadows again. This time they do a ritual dance to bring rain. God swears as he observes the people.
Now, are the people doing a ritual dance to him? Or who are they doing this ritual dance to? Because if they know that he's the creator, why are they not trying to serve him? Right?
People's actions and doesn't understand what they don't like this time. Jeffrey explains that they forgot to turn off the drought on Earth. God sighs wearily and generously allows the butler to give the people some water. Jeffrey, surprised by this generosity, smirks while saying, God is merciful, and sprays the earth with water from a mister. The people raise their hands to the sky and rejoice in the rain, and the Creator laughs like a child watching them. He asks the butler to spray a few more times to make fun of the people's amusing behavior. After laughing to his heart's content, God sits down with the book and casually orders Jeffrey to release a plague. The butler is surprised at this sudden change in the Creator's mood, and the smile slides off his face. He sets the mister aside and dutifully walks towards an antique box with a frightening vial inside. Jeffrey casts a wary glance at God and, with an impassive face, releases a plague on the earth from the vial. People immediately fall, groaning and convulsing. God looks blankly at the human suffering for a few seconds and then resumes reading his book. Time passes. Now there is a modern-day London on God's table instead of a lawn with a primitive tribe. The Creator sits beside the table in silk pajamas. Jeffrey brings God a bottle of excellent wine from Lucifer. Satan also delivers another letter to the Creator suggesting how to make things right. He hopes that God has some free time to go bowling with him. Listening indifferently to the message from Lucifer.
So I'm going to leave it there. But before I do, I'm going to say this, is that first of all, Lucifer is not Yahweh's or Yahweh's equal. The angel formerly known as Lucifer He's a creation. He's a created being. And if Yahweh so desires, he will smite the angel formerly known as Lucifer also. I mean, hell was created for the angel formerly known as Lucifer and his cohorts, those that were confederate in his rebellion. And their time is coming. Woe to the earth and the inhabitants of it. For the devil knows that his time is short. The devil knows. So he got to put out propaganda like this so he can try to confuse as many souls as he can. But comprehend that Yahweh is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, he shall also reap. So do the best you can to plant good seed out there. Do the best you can to learn more about what's going on. Open up that book. Ask for the Holy Spirit. You know, the time is short. The time is not. In actuality, today could be the end of the world. Maybe not for everybody, because there's still a few more things that got to happen on the prophetic timeline before it's the actual end of the world. You know, the king coming. But it could be the end of the world for you. And that's me included. Consider hitting that like, subscribe, and share. I'm Brother Word for Torah Observer Patriarchs. Shalom.